Hey guys, I'm back with another video for you today, and this time I'm going to be looking at some Lippy Skellige. I think Lippy as an archetype or as a card in general has become a lot stronger with this patch, with this update. Cerys was changed, so she's now really powerful and has a lot of synergy with Lippy. You spawn a Shield Maiden with her. That Shield Maiden that's spawned, it's not in your deck. That can be put back in your deck with Lippy, along with the Cerys, and you can play her a second time, along with an extra Shield Maiden. So she's at first a 15-point play, and then she gains another 4 points and becomes a 19-point play the second time round. So really powerful, kind of similar vibes to Vernon Roach and Pavetta combo in Northern Realms. Here it's a little bit less risky and a lot more consistent and just very powerful when it works. Very, lacking requirements kind of thing. And yeah, I've built a deck here which I think is pretty optimized at this point, and it has some interesting, cards in there that are maybe a little bit questionable at times. I'm thinking particularly Knickers. I actually decided not to put Roach in. I think if you have Roach and Knickers, it's a bit too many bricks in the deck, because you need to mulligan Shield Maidens, Morkvarg, and the Roach or Knickers. And I really wanted another provision so that I didn't have to cut things like Runestone, Gramist, Decoction, etc. But yeah, you could think about running Roach. Knickers is a bit high rolly. You need it to come out, at the right time, preferably before you play your Lippy, in a round before you even go into the Lippy round, so that you get him out as well. But really, I'm kind of looking at Lippy just like enables my Cerys for a second time, gets my Morkvarg out, so it's basically a 9-ish point card for 10 and enables the second Cerys, along with other, potential plays. It also puts the Crow Mother, Yatta into graveyard if they're not there already, enabling Sigdrifa's Right, Alchemy to get Crow Mother out, and then you've got Ermion to tutor the Alchemies. All in all, seems pretty damn solid. Ton of points, big point slam, a bit of control here and there with Morkvarg and, decoction, stunning blows and damage, etc. And then just, points in the Bronze Core with the Druids, the Bear Masters, the Bears, all that good stuff. Carryover, etc. So, all in all, pretty strong deck. Got the Vildkarl, got the Ursine Ritual as well for just, big value leader. And a ton of provisions to work with to enable that Lippy to kind of shine. The deck can be a little bit inconsistent, particularly, maybe you're getting blue coins or you're not able to win round one. That's going to be the main weakness of the deck, that and kind of bricking. If you get too many of the bad cards, and mulligan into them, that can be a bit of a problem. But if you draw well, this deck is very strong, I think. But that being said, let's jump into a game or two and see how the deck plays. And looks like we're going to be up against Nilfgaard first. We do have a red coin, so that's pretty cool. Going to be able to hopefully abuse our position and, bully the opponent a little bit with the points. Alright, Morkvarg we can mulligan, that's a card we do not want. The rest of the hand is quite good. We don't have Cerys, which is a card that I'd like to see, so we could consider mulliganing. I'd really like to avoid getting Knickers in hand, but probably one mulligan here is okay. I think it's going to be the Savage Bear. I don't really want to play that round one. I'd rather save those for later, put one in the graveyard with Lippy. Could consider, getting rid of Yatta as well, and of course putting her in the graveyard. But I think she might even find value as just a 12-point play in this round, depending on how things go and whether the opponent goes tall and stuff like that. Okay, they're starting with the scenario, and they're actually going to TA the Dames. That's pretty good for us. Doesn't mean we can't kill it, but going to get Yatta value probably. So I think we can start with the Crow Mother. Going to enable then the Druid, get that carryover established. And we have a lot of, big plays we can commit this round if we need to. Alright, I think we're going to Stunning Blow at the Magni. Shut that engine down before it goes crazy. Probably going to be difficult to win here against the Bull. We don't have a Bomb Heaver in the deck, so that's a bit of an issue. Potentially. Okay, it's going to play Cow Carcass now, that's interesting. I wonder if it's worth actually playing Vildkarl this round. Probably it will be, although it does represent a pretty nice target for him to poison. I'd quite like to get the full kind of 12 Yatta value this round if I can. Of course, he needs to have a bigger unit than ourselves. We can use Ursine Ritual maybe to kill a Cow Carcass here as well. That's an option. Although we need to be a bit careful with using those charges, because you do have 3 wanting to go on Vildkarl and potentially 2 on the 2 Cerys plays that you have. But here I think I'm okay with it. because it's going to allow me to go with the Druid a little bit faster. Going to deny a bit of value on the Dame as well, which could otherwise be a bit annoying. Okay. So I think the second Dame we're going to answer with the Decoction. I do want to win the round if possible. Potentially we should play Gremist first. It is probably going to get poisoned though. But potentially that's okay. The question is whether he'll have another 2 kind of statuses to protect that from the Decoction. I don't think he will. It's most likely going to be 1. So let's clear that poison. Not the most high value, you know, poison clear by any means. So, you know, there's an argument to maybe keep it for after we play Yutta or Wildkarl. But I think here it's quite okay actually. Alright, so now we can Decoction. We could purify one of our crows, but I don't think we want to do that. Don't want to have those being lippied into the deck. And it looks like he's just gonna take the value on his ball and probably want to head out soon now. So I think now we go with the Yutta. Just get that in the graveyard. Can probably play it round 2, resurrect it if we don't want to, you know, do Wildkarl things. And Knickers does come out. Knickers is more likely to come out as the round goes on. The text for him is very bad. It doesn't tell you what he does, but effectively every card less than 10 you have in your hand increases the chance by 10% that Knickers will come out after you play a card. So if I'm at 4 cards, there's a 60% chance he'll come out, you know, after I go to 4 cards. If I play a card now, then it's 70% chance for him to come out if he's not already out. So the longer you play into the round, the more likely that the Knickers is to come. It's very important to keep in mind if you're playing that card. Okay, the opponent definitely has a lot of points here. I'm a bit scared. I think it might just be time to slam my Morkvarg. I really want to win the round if I can. And remember, we've got Lippy, so we can potentially just reuse all of these golds if we do play them here. We could also think about playing Wildkarl, but it doesn't get me ahead, so I'm going to have to then play my Morkvarg anyway after. I think this sequencing is a little bit better. If he plays just a poison, it will actually get him ahead, but you know, the more we get from him here, the better. Maybe we get a morale or something. That wouldn't be too bad for us. Okay. Gonna be the Cupbearer. So I guess it's probably still worth committing my Wildkarl. It's all going to get shuffled back anyway because I'm probably going to play Lippy in round 2, I think, in this particular situation, just to get access to a lot of my good stuff again. We'll see. Maybe it doesn't end up going that way. Maybe it's better to pass here, actually. It's a very interesting one. The thing is, if we... I think we should probably pass, because right now we haven't committed too much into this round. I think I can just go for like a medium... I mean, it'll be a 9 card round 3 potentially, which is quite long. It's going to be kind of difficult to deal with, maybe. But that being said, we'll have a lot of our power. Yeah, let's take a pass. We're not really going to win this round, I don't think. Maybe that's wrong, actually. Because I could play the Sigdrifa's Right this round as well. Yeah, I probably should have gone in here, actually. My brain kind of blocked that I could play this if he kills my Yutta. So probably I should have gone in there. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Regardless, probably going to be okay. Let's get rid of Shield Maiden. It's a brick. And then Bearmaster, I think. I want to try to improve our hand as much as possible before that round 3. So one play we have available to us is the Cerys in this round. The benefit of doing that would be we can get another Shield Maiden in the deck. So if we draw into Royal Decree, then it's quite good to have done that play. It does make us a bit vulnerable though to, you know, our Wildkarl, our Cerys dying, Shield Maiden that is. That could become a bit of a problem. Okay, so I think for now we can just relax a little bit, just play a bear and go to round 3. The reason I don't really want to play the Lippy here is, I mean, it does give me a pretty good deck to work with for round 3, but it will kind of deny me Crow Mother value. And also Sigdrifa's Right will become a bit awkward to use. So I think I'm just going to pass to round 3. It's pretty unlikely we'll brick here, we'll just kind of mulligan whatever. Hopefully get Royal Decree, that would be a very nice card to see, because our Lippy will become stronger. But if we don't get it, that's also okay. We've got a Savage Bear, we do get the Decree. Mulligan Shield Maiden, and then I'm going to keep Gutting Slash, because I still have 2 bricks in my deck. Pretty risky, pretty spooky to play on here. Or 2 rather, yeah, to mulligan. Okay, so first things first, we want to get Crow Mother out, and we kind of want to get the Yutta out as well, although it's maybe not. It depends if we think there's like graveyard hate from the opponent. I guess it's probably quite safe to just play the Sigdrifer's Right. It's going to play into poison quite heavily, which is why I'm, you know, cautious to do it. Maybe we should wait on it. Could just play Cerys, for example, right now. And I kind of like that play as well. Just pull out our Shield Maidens. Nice 15-point play to begin the round. I think it's unlikely he'll use a Sire or something to shuffle Yutta back. It's probably not bad for me if he does, because he won't have another scenario. Okay, so could play Ursine. I do want to get the Lippy down faster, because it will mean that I can actually you know, I can maybe answer his Thirsty Dame with Decoction from Ursine, because it'll get shuffled back. Sorry, mate. I'm trying to think about a lot of things at once here, so my thought patterns are becoming a bit jumbled. But yeah, let's go with the bear now then, just to make sure we get that extra bit of value before I start playing my Sigdrifer Right, my Lippy, etc. Okay, Lambert, that's a pretty good answer. Pretty effective answer to Cerys, although still trades down, so it's not too bad for us. Let's go ahead and activate the Gutting Slash then. That can also be used to maybe kill a Dame if it's needed. So for now I think we can play the Sigdrifer's Right.
What do you need?
I could use it on Grimace actually, maybe that would have been a smarter, you know, use of the card. I think this is okay as well. Just some big points. Okay, Bearmaster's not really that great, but I'm going to play it now. And the reasoning behind that is, if he has Thirsty Dames coming, which he will, then we don't want to be giving our guys Vitality. I'll play right into those cards, giving them value. So we'll just go for this. The ball is going to hurt here. We'll see if we can outpoint it. I hope we can, but we'll see. It's going to instant activate the scenario as well. So we can deal with this first Dame with Gutting Slash most likely. And we are going to have Royal Decree into either Gremist or, you know, a Joachim, depending on what we want to go for, which could be very exciting. Let's just kill that Dame now. Oh, sorry, yeah, Thirsty Dame, the vampire. We can decide where we go from here. Okay, it's going to Vincent the Bear. That's, oh wow, that's an interesting that's an interesting visual bug. Jesus Christ, never seen this before. I guess that's going to be there for the rest of the game. Good one, CDPR. That's a good one. Okay, so next up we've probably just got this Lippy. I think it's time to, you know, try to get the knickers out, and yeah, so that we can play Joachim should we desire. And there's you know, there's reason to do it potentially. Got quite a lot of good possible targets. It might just be better to take the you know, the Morkvarg or the Gremist. This is so distracting, this shenaniganery. Okay, we've got to wonder, is it worth it to do things here? One thing to note is we also did shuffle the Sigdrifer's Right back in, so we could play Ursine here on it. That's a really neat little combo you can do if you have Vildkarl in the graveyard already. And Yutta, you can maybe play 2 Sigdrifer's Right in round 3, which is very strong, needless to say. So purifying this probably won't achieve that much, I think. Don't think it will do very much, because he'll just then poison my, you know, my Gremist, That being said, we probably can play Wildkarl here. I think that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Then we'll see what we want to take with the Royal Decree. And right now there's nothing to kill with Ermion, so... God, this visual bug is something else. Jesus Christ, I wonder if I can fix it by... No. Don't think there's much I can do about that. Okay, interesting. So if he kills that, I'm kind of fine with it, because I'm going to get Sigdrifa's Right on the Champion of Svalbard for a bit more value. So I think here the play might just be to play the Gremist. It's tricky, isn't it? He can probably poison everything, but this might make his life quite awkward, because his next play probably can't poison both of my units. So I think I'll play the Gremist here. And then we have the Alchemy at the end in order to get another, you know, purification. Ooh, although it looks like he's got Isabel of Hague, which is a card you don't often see. I think I need to deal with that, to be honest. So I think I'm going to kill her with Decoction, otherwise he gets a free card, which sounds pretty bad for me, to be honest. So I'm pretty glad I held on to that. And now it looks like his last play will be killing my my champion. We'll see if it's enough, though. I don't think it will be. We just have a mountain of points, you know, for the opponent to deal with in this round 3. Does look like it's pretty damn close, coming down, in fact, to a 1-pointer, but yeah. Could have been a bit different there, could have played that round 1 differently. I think I misplayed by, you know, by not pushing as much as I could. And pretty interesting end of that round. Pretty close one, but yeah. Let's jump into another game and see if we can win again. Alright, going to be in some kind of mirror match next. Looks like people might be catching on to this leader being good. They did buff the Bear Abominations, so those are quite a bit stronger now at 6 strength. Okay, we got some bricks here. Definitely want to get rid of Knickers. That's probably the most important one to get rid of. You really want to get it out in round 1 if possible. And Shield Maiden. And we do have the red coin, which is nice, again. And this time Cerys in hand for round 1 as well, so we can maybe use that to push if it ends up being good. Yeah, we can do other things as well. We'll see, quite flexible. People rocking the new Geralt and card backs and such. I feel a bit poor for not having them, but I tend to be quite, what's the word? Stingy with money, I guess. Yes, that's the word. Alright, so they're actually going to start with their own Cerys. I guess we can play our own as well here if we want. If it is a mirror match, which it looks like it probably will be, then we might want to hold on to this for a little bit more time. So I think I'm actually going to maybe open with my Yutta, get that in the graveyard in case I want to resurrect it round 2. Just a card that I can get rid of. I mean, it's also good to, you know, put it in the graveyard with Lippy, but it's fine. I think I'm going to mute because I can't be bothered to deal with emotes. Don't want to be spammed, thank you very much. Okay, we've got a priest coming down. I probably want to kill that, although this is a pretty useful card, Gutting Slash later, to deal with them. But I think we're fine killing that for now. Can always shuffle another one into the deck with Lippy if we want. And Knickers did come out, which is pretty good news. Eliminates a dead card from the deck. Enables the Lippy for the full value. I think Knickers is just nice. It's like kind of 2 points better than Roach because it also has armor, 1 provision less and armor, so he's going to hit the Knickers and miss a point there, but fair enough. Maybe he's scared of Becker's mirror or whatever. So I think with that low tempo play and the fact that I got those Knickers points, I'm actually going to go with my own Cerys. Just slam some tempo onto the board. I don't have much follow-up here, but this is going to at least clear up my mulligans, make them a lot better, a lot more, you know, relaxed, easy to deal with. Definitely feel like I'm missing the Crow Mother here, and the Druids can be awkward in this deck. At one point I was playing Totem to help them get a bit more value, but this way I, you know, can be lacking beasts, particularly in the early rounds if you don't get Crow Mother. So, you know, maybe consider cutting one, for example. It might be an oversight on my part having them still in the deck. But I also think they're usually okay. Even if you hit one beast with them, they're not great, but they're not terrible. Okay, interesting. He's going to decoction and actually enable my Sigdrifa's Right in this round 1. Do we want to use that is the question. I think we're probably quite okay to. It is a pretty good card later on, so we could think about doing, you know, something a bit more relaxed, a bit more low tempo for now. Maybe a Runestone, for example. But, you know, we could also just play this and shuffle it back anyway later. Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. Let's just get her back on the board. Maybe not the best move from the opponent. That's also a decoction gone, so now we can just really pressure on even and yeah, hopefully take a win. We don't really have any beasts right now because the Nick is what was killed, so Bearmaster's kind of bad. But maybe we can find one from Runestone if we're somewhat fortunate. Of course your leader spawns a beast, but you know, Vilkarl is also one. There's quite a few beasts in the deck, but maybe not quite enough to support 2 druids and Bearmasters. Not sure about that. That's something you probably have to decide yourself. But it doesn't end up mattering here. We're able to win the round pretty easily. Vilkarl in hand now, as well as Decree, which is really good to see. And that allows us to go for this round 2. You know, pretty amazing actually. Leader should, Lippy, should we want to do that. I think I'll probably get rid of one of these cards. Probably Stunning Blow here, I think, is the weakest. I mean, it might be valuable. Ermion's good. We can use him to tutor the Sigdrifa's Right that we're going to put back into the deck. And now I'm probably going to keep, because I don't want to draw Morkvarg. It will really interfere with my stuff here. But yeah, I think this is going to be a Lippy play. There's not really too much in the deck that we're sad about losing here. Morkvarg, I guess. That is a bit of a shame to not be able to play him. But we get the Crow Mother into the graveyard, which enables all sorts of fun shenanigans for this round 2. Can Runestone to pull her out. I really just love how Lippy works. It might be a bit too strong now, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, if everyone's playing it. But it's definitely, there's a lot of thinking that goes into, you know, playing perfectly with a deck like this. Okay, Draco Turtle from the opponent, so he's going to be going for that kind of engine, maybe Iris, Shade, long value approach. I think for now I'm going to play Runestone to get the Crow Mother out onto the board. Our Bear is also enabled. Lippy just enables so many cards here, like my Bear, my Runestone pulling out thingy, my Ermion is now better. Okay, and looks like we got a Longship. That's probably going to be the option here. Not a bad one. Not a bad one for sure. Going to be pushing a bit into this round. And we can put Bear, Vilkarl next to Morkvarg to get the Beast for Bearmaster and Croakland Druid. Okay. So I do think next up is Bearmaster. Yeah, it's a shame we don't have the Morkvarg, but I think here we can just push him all the way down pretty much. We do actually have to be a bit careful in terms of you know, not having anything for round 3 here. In fact, I may be even in a bit of trouble there, because right now our 3 draws are kind of looking, you know, pretty set in stone, and I don't have. Yeah, maybe I actually messed up here. That might have been an oversight. That's often the case with Lippy. You can just. Also, I should have put the boat on the other side in case Knickers came out. That was another misstep. So honestly, I think we might just go all in this round, because I will be a little bit bricked up if I don't, actually. We have to make a decision. It'll either be I have to discard the Ermion, or, yeah, or, you know, face trouble, really. In fact, that might actually have to be the play, because I don't have a good Sigdrifa's Right enabled this round. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's a pretty good Yatta, to be fair. Definitely the opponent's got a large amount of points here. I'll see if the 2-0 is possible or not. Okay. I know for sure we're playing Vildkar this round, and we're probably playing Cerys this round as well, actually, because we need to thin that out the deck. Yeah, we gotta go for that, I think. Let's do it now. He doesn't have a Cerys, it seems like, so this will be a big burst of tempo. But at some point we're going to have a dead Ursine, potentially. Because, yeah, I miscalculated a bit. Should have played, maybe should have kept the stunning blow in hand. Played that and then shuffled it back. For example, would have been a way to avoid bricking here. Just put myself in a bit of a weird situation, really. You know, just kind of forced into 2-0ing the opponent. So we can play the Gremist. Probably going to do that here. And we'll see where to go from here. We could, you know, hold on to the Sigdrifa's Right and use it in round 3. It won't be particularly great, but it won't be terrible either. It'll be maybe 6 points plus Resurrecting Crowmother. So that's really going to be the decision. Depends what he does here, what he plays. But we can go for this kind of bleed approach and you know, discard the Ursine. I think we're going to have to do that here, to be honest, guys. I think that's the only real play that's making sense. And just go for that short round 3 Vildkar. We could play Vildkar here as well, actually, to enable the Sigdrifa's Right a bit more for the round 3. We know exactly what we're getting, so we know that we're definitely going to have that in the graveyard and be ready to do that. It's a bit of a weird one. I definitely did something wrong here in terms of, yeah, should have had another card in graveyard. But I don't think it matters. The win on even means we could afford to do that Lippy round 2. Otherwise, it might have been correct to actually hold on to Lippy a bit longer. Maybe save it for round 3, pull out Cerys with Royal Decree, etc. But no worries. So let's go with the Vildkar now, because it's just kind of carryover in that it makes the Sigdrifa's Right next round better, and we might get some really important card from him here, or maybe we just 2-0. I guess it's maybe Iris's Shade, although he probably would have played that sooner rather than later if it was. So I think we might just get the 2-0 here. Entirely possible.
What do you need?
And that looks pretty dead to me. So yeah, we'd be top decking into this Yutta and whatnot. I mean, really, our points here are just because we did the double Cerys play, and that's just like so many points. It turns out you can discard a card and still be winning the round. So that's pretty good. Some weird stuff happened in that game, but I think you get the idea. The deck is very strong, has a lot of points, the combo potential's there, the thinking game is very important with this deck. It's easy to mess up. And, you know, I'm a prime example of that, doing that in basically 2 games, but whatever. Hope the video was enjoyable and helpful, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you with more videos very soon. Bye.